Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online, easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts, Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert, Adam Duran, answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
All right. I am very fired up about this week's topic.
Wow. Yeah, this one comes from Jamie.
All right. Finally, it's so nice to be listened to once in a while.
I know. So if it sucks, you know who to send your messages to.
Nope. I will give you double your money back if this to all the listeners out there for how much you paid for this podcast.
You get
this
your money
topic
back.
Sucks.
All right. So today we're going to talk about using Reddit as a funnel for your local business. So, Jamie, you know what Reddit is.
I
right?
do.
Okay. If you have used the internet, most likely you've asked Google a question and you've seen some of those answers on subreddits. So Reddit is a user-generated website. And why it's so loved by search engines like Google is because it's prioritizing user-generated content. And that means Google loves the ask and answer opinions. Giving that kind of information and then giving links to that kind of information is really valuable. So understand that if you have a local business, getting your business's website linked on Reddit is really, really valuable. So Reddit has a high domain authority. Because Google values it so much, Google also indexes, it scans Reddit very quickly all the time. So if that link does get put up to your business, it will stay on Google. And anyone who is looking for your business's service, there's a good chance they'll see that link or that question about your business on Reddit. And that's really cool. So if you understand that that's possible, we're going to talk about how now you can kind of leverage leverage Reddit to increase your rankings and increase your business. Sound good?
Sounds great. Yeah.
Okay. So now once you have downloaded your Reddit app or you have created an account, you're going to look for subreddits that might be of interest to your clients or potential clients. So if you're going to look for, if you're let's say you are a local, Jamie, what do we want to do here? Local roofer. Let's go with local roofer. Okay. Easy one, right?
Yep.
Okay. So as a local roofer, the first thing I'm going to do is join subreddits. So these are areas of interest for my locations that I serve. So for the San Francisco Bay Area, or make it more granular and go by city. So that's your first subreddits you want to follow. Okay. Make sense?
Yep.
All right. Then you're going to go to industry specific subreddits. So, roofing problems, or is this roof okay, or home maintenance, anything that has to deal with people struggling with questions where they might have a problem with a roof and you'd be able to answer that question. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So those are also called, you can also look for problem focused subreddits. So if you're a CPA, there's taxes, right? So there's these subreddits that are built around answering people's problems and their questions about the problem. All right. So find those subreddits, follow them, and then start looking for places where you can answer questions, where you can add value to those subreddits. All right. Don't mention your business, obviously, and don't put any links or anything. Don't sell. Why do you think that is, Jamie?
Because they'll get flagged immediately.
Yeah, the Reddits are moderated by moderators who are just people who started that subreddit, and their job, like their volunteer job, is to keep these subreddits clean of spammers, basically, of people trying to sell to that group. So you can't outright sell on these groups. Definitely don't private message any of these people in these groups who have these problems. Don't go for that direct sale because, yeah, you'll get reported and you'll get kicked off Reddit.
And out of that subreddit.
Yeah, so of course you can just make another account and then go back, but you don't want to. That's not how you gain trust or give value back to that community. So, all right, so that's the value that you're going to be providing those communities. So using your expertise, you can say, as a roofer of 20 years, I would never do it this way. I would do it this way, and give a valuable. Sorry, Jamie, I just realized we're talking about a roofer using a phone. No. All right. So if you're one of the roofers who's using your phone to, go to, you have Reddit on your phone or that app, thank you. I appreciate you listening to the podcast. But everyone else who's not a roofer, this example does prove out in your category as well. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Another thing you can do is once you've done that for a little while, you can do an AMA. Do you know what an AMA is, Jamie?
Ask me anything.
That's right. So if you're a roofer, you can say, I've been a roofer for how many years in this area. Ask me anything. And then you can say that you're going to be there from whatever time to whatever time, and people can ask you questions. We've had political campaigns so that we've helped do this, and they can be very successful because people finally have a person who's going to respond to their concern or their question directly. When you do that, of course, you are not selling to those people. You're just answering their questions. In those answers, sometimes, maybe once, maybe twice, in all of your efforts, you can drop a link, if it's natural, to your website or to your service page about that problem, or to an article on your website solving that problem. Those are acceptable uses of linking your site. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So that AMA could really actually help you in many ways. But one of the big ways is it establishes you as an authority for that subject. So that's really valuable. So whenever somebody comes in the future searching for those same problems, there is a high likelihood that they will find your answers. And if they're in your area, boom, they'll reach out to you for help. That's sweet. And that kind of lead generator is very valuable for the amount of time that you're going to be putting into doing one of these. Wow, that's really, really good.
Oh, yeah. And I've also seen, these are not just people who are asking kind of really basic questions. They're asking granular questions they're looking for expertise that, somebody else may not have unless they're from that roofing industry. So it's, you're kind of getting a higher end type of connection there rather than somebody really just kicking tires, which is nice.
Yeah, 100%. One thing that we've consistently heard from our clients is business that comes through Facebook is really, really rough to convert. The customers are really, really uneducated, and a lot of them are time wasters. That's as compared to Reddit, where it seems like maybe because it's text-based mostly, that people who actually read and actually do their research more are more likely to find you or use you because of Reddit. So it's a platform that if you're thinking about advertising, it doesn't cost that much. So they're pretty competitive pricing. In my experience, the ads are pretty inexpensive and they can reach a good audience. So you might want to experiment with Reddit ads as well. We're not getting paid to talk about Reddit, by the way. But as opposed to other platforms where the number of clicks and contacts and the quality of those leads is extremely low when compared to this kind of funnel generation. So if you do this properly, this funnel generation or this way of getting people to reach out to you for your service, it can add up significantly. So I always recommend, if you're going to be doing this, if you're going to be looking for another organic way to rank your business and to get people to find you organically, Reddit is a great way to start. Or a great add-on, not a start. Sorry, misspoke.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
well, and it's also a great way to learn what else is happening in the roofing industry too, because you may not have all the answers. So it's kind of interesting to keep apprised on what may be developing that you are aware of or not aware of. But it's pretty interesting for sure. It's getting more and more used to it.
Last one, Jamie, though, that I'm kind of torn at, and I've seen this on Nextdoor and I've seen this on Reddit as well, where it seems like the person posing the question, like they start a conversation, that they are actually salespeople.
Sure.
So they say, "Oh my God, have my PG&E rates skyrocketed? Has anybody?" Or, "My roof has a giant leak. It just rained and we just had this roofer come and they want to charge me this. Can anybody help?" But what it is a way for them to private message you later on because you responded. So
sure.
There are, if you're listening to this podcast, please don't do that. Obviously, that is a really kind of easy to spot way of trying to use these platforms. And if the moderator is paying attention, you'll get banned. You'll get kicked for that, just because people will complain that you've DM'd them or private messaged them. But I see this so regularly on other platforms, including Reddit and Nextdoor. So just don't do that, please.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good. Thank you, Jamie. That's all I got.
All right. So I guess that was a good topic, isn't it, Adam? So
thank you, Jamie.
All right. So with that, if you have any questions on Reddit, or I bet there's a Reddit subreddit with questions that you can ask questions about. But if you have a question about this podcast or any of our other topics in local search engine optimization, feel free to go to our website, magnifymedia.net, click on the podcast button and enter the term Reddit and see how many podcasts come up. And if you have further questions, go to our LinkedIn or Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we will try to get to that in a further episode. Also, look for us on YouTube pretty soon. We're going to be publishing on YouTube, and not the video part, but just the audio part, maybe the video part. And make sure to give us 5 stars, thumbs up, leave a comment wherever especially if you enjoyed this podcast. That really helps our ranking. And just want to say thank you again to Adam. We're running away with the best year yet on Local SEO in 10. So we will keep it going. Thanks very much, everybody. Have a great weekend.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.